Okay, hello everyone. My name is Rafa, and I work at Interchain, and I'm part of the ecosystem growth team. And I'm maybe one of the few presentations that isn't necessarily code. It's going to be brief, but I think it should be very helpful for teams like you who are building in Cosmos. And the Builders program was launched a few weeks ago. Doesn't work. Okay, now it does. Cool. So the Builders program was launched a few weeks ago, and it's funded by ICF, the foundation. And it's a public good, and the idea is that we want to help developers be successful in the ecosystem. So I want to present you what the program is, what our mission is, how it works, the structure, and what kind of teams are very suitable for this. It's going to be quick, but I think it's a resource that any developer, any team that is developing in Cosmos can go for, can use, and can take advantage of. So launching a chain or a project in crypto is sometimes difficult. It is painful sometimes. You think, you draft your white paper and you think you're going to be the next unicorn in crypto, and then one day before you're launching, you think you're going to go to jail. Like you're scared that you're going to have legal problems. It's a bumpy road. There's so many decisions that you can take at the very beginning that are going to have a huge impact down the road, right? It's hard. It's just really hard to build. And we feel right now in the ecosystem there aren't enough resources that are helping entrepreneurs, developers, not just to build, but also to sell, to architect products, to market, define your go-to-market strategy, your community strategy, your governance strategy. There is a lot involved in launching one of these projects, and we just want to be there for you. We just want to be helpful. And that's our mission. In the sense that our mandate in the Cosmos ecosystem is growing the ecosystem, right? Cosmos wants to be the interchain of blockchains, internet of blockchains, excuse me, and we want to be part of that growth. So our team runs initiatives to accelerate that growth, right? And the Builders program is essentially one of those initiatives. Imagine it as an incubator or as an accelerator, but for free. Like right now, we don't take any equity, we don't take any tokens from you, but we give you the help that normally an accelerator would, right? Think Techsters, think YC, and all the help they give their companies. We do that for you, but for free. So who is the Builders program for? Right now, we're targeting new and existing chains in Cosmos. So if you're planning to build a chain or already know somebody who's building a chain, the program might be for you. If you're building a dApp on top of any Cosmos chain, we can also help you. We have relationships to all the chains in the ecosystem, so we can be that window into the ecosystem for you, right? Regardless if you're a chain or if you're a dApp on an existing chain. And also, we are very focused on bringing dApps and chains outside Cosmos into the ecosystem, right? So if you have experience on Ethereum, or you've built something on Ethereum or somewhere else and you want to bring it to Cosmos, we can also help with that. The program is designed in a way that we have verticals. So, we know that you're also building a company, right? Not just a chain or a dApp. So we know there are a bunch of verticals involved in that process. So we can help you with incorporation and fundraising, between giving you recommendations on how to set up your legal process or your legal entities, issue a token, but also connect you with investors, tell you what the fundraising strategy should be, what the mechanisms are so that you understand them. We'll help you with the tokenomics and distribution. We'll give you token checklists, token economics models, templates that you can run yourself, everything for free. Technical and product support. Our team consists of a variety of Interchain members, including the Cosmos SDK lead, for example. So we have access to technical resources within Interchain that we can connect you to and help you on the product and technical design. We'll help you then define your community and governance strategy as well. Marketing and go-to-market strategy. If you're doing B2B or want to do a B2C marketing strategy, again, we'll help you with that. We have templates for that. We have workshops for that. And something very important to emphasize here on is that we'll help you on a one-to-one basis. We want to, right now, especially we're doing on a one-to-one basis, so we'll have a relationship with you. There's a lot of our content that also scales for a lot of teams at the same time, but right now we're doing this on a very high-touch basis, and I think that's really good, especially right now, so that you have a direct relationship with us and with the ecosystem at the same time. Then there's a lot here in this slide, but the 6 verticals that we have, basically the way we structure the program is that each one of them has different modules. So depending on what your strengths are, the expertise of your team is, you can opt in to any of these modules and we'll help you with them, just like that. Just imagine a team selecting those individual modules, right? A team that there are teams right now that we're working with that, for instance, only need help on one of these verticals. Normally in practice, teams are picking one or the other vertical more than a little bit everywhere. But right now, I think our most popular one, just more of an FYI, are like incorporation, fundraising. There's a lot of teams asking for that. Tokenomics and distribution as well, but also on the technical support vertical. And just to mention a few things more, like if you're building a chain, for example, we have connections to validators. We'll help you bootstrap your validator set. Help you with find auditors, the exchanges if you want to list your token. So everything that a crypto project nowadays consists of, sort of like we have you covered, right? Of course, we're better at some things than others. We just launched it, we're getting better. But again, this, for developers like you especially, I think is a program that has a lot of value. The way the process or the program are being executed right now is, we'll call it the milestone-based program. So right now, you can submit an application to the program and you'll go through the onboarding phase. Every team goes through the onboarding phase. We're not rejecting anybody, let's say, before the onboarding. So you'll have an introductory call with us. We'll assess your projects. We'll give you some recommendation in the evaluation, and we'll deep dive a little bit into your project. And then we'll decide if you get into the program. Once you are in the program, together with you and your team, we'll define specific milestones for you, depending on what your needs are. If you only need help on incorporation, maybe that's just a few months. If you need help with all of the verticals, that's maybe a year or more. And we'll define those milestones to you, and we'll map the modules that you opted in for to those specific milestones, right? So it's a very practical program. The cadence and the relationship varies depending on your needs, right? Some of the teams we're having weekly calls with, some of the teams we're having monthly touch points with, some of the teams we're just having conversations via Slack. So it varies. And right now we're very flexible. Again, we're starting, we see what works best. And again, just emphasizing the fact that this is a huge asset funded by ICF that I think every team should be taking advantage of. And just a few of the things that we provided, I mentioned at the beginning, but a checklist for all your tokens. Like we have checklists for everything, like how your pitch deck should look like, how your tokenomics should look like, how your go-to-market strategy should look like, your community strategy should look like. We have this model, we build this template of tokenomics for you that's for free, basically, where you can set up your parameters and see how your tokenomics models differ, change, and look over time. And most importantly, we have this thing called the Knowledge Hub, which we haven't open sourced yet, but it's coming soon. And we're just open sourcing all of the content that we're putting together during this program and before, so that anybody can access it. In a way, that will mean that any developer, not only if you're in the program, but any developer will have access to all of this content, at least in written form, a few videos, etc. But yeah, so that's the Builders program. Right now, it's a team of 4 that manages the program specifically, but again, we also have relationship to the whole ecosystem, right? So if you're a team, for instance, that's building on Interchain security, we have direct access to developers on Informal who are building this and can help you with, and we can channel that help. We have access to validators. So it's the 4 of us right now managing, but again, it's pretty much you having access to the whole ecosystem in a structured, systematic way. We've gotten over 50 applications just in a few weeks, which is more than we can handle actually. So I encourage you, if you're interested in this, to apply as soon as possible, or after the hackathon, if you're interested in really building something out of this. And we'll announce, we'll be a little bit more loud in the next few weeks about who the teams that we're supporting are, how we work. And like I said, we're open sourcing everything that we're doing that's consumable, at least in the next few months as well. So yeah, you can go to join.builders. That's our website. There's a form there that you can apply through. We'll get back to you probably in the next 48 hours after your application. I think you can schedule a call right in the application response emails that we send. But I invite you, any of you who are interested in being part or being a team, part of the Cosmos ecosystem, to apply to the Builders program. Again, right now, it's for free. Take advantage of it. Also, I forgot to mention that there are a bunch of teams that are developing dApps here that also want to connect to other dApps that build on top of them, etc. So you'll get access to all of the Builders program batches that come in, right? So you'll have direct access to developers that maybe you want to sell to, or that you want to partner with. So in a way, being part of the Builders program is also being part of our community, right? A community of new developers that's growing and it's coming to Cosmos. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'll be around. If you want to speak Spanish a little bit, so you prepare for Cosmoverse, let me know. But yeah, thank you very much for your attention, and looking forward to seeing what you guys are building.